What's your they had no idea who I was moment? I was the quiet kid in high school who got bullied relentlessly by Jake Morrison and his crew. They'd shove me into lockers, steal my lunch money, and call me Ghost because I was so pale and skinny. Senior year, Jake threw my backpack in the toilet right before my college interview. I showed up soaking wet and didn't get into my dream school. After graduation, I disappeared. Nobody from my hometown heard from me again. Fast forward 15 years. I'd been working in Silicon Valley, started 3 companies, sold 2 of them. I was worth about $40 million, but I kept a low profile. Then my assistant told me about a struggling tech startup in my old hometown that was looking for investors. When I saw the name of the founder, I almost choked on my coffee. Jake Morrison. I'd gained 60 pounds of muscle, had laser eye surgery, and my hair had gone completely gray early. Plus, I went by my middle name now, Alexander, instead of Peter. I decided to take the meeting. Walking into that coffee shop felt like stepping back in time. Jake was there in a cheap suit, looking desperate. He'd aged badly. Balding, overweight, wedding ring tan line, but no ring. He stood up nervously when I approached. Mr. Alexander, thank you so much for considering our proposal. I shook his hand and sat down. He had no clue. For the next hour, he pitched his failing app idea while I asked pointed questions. His business model was garbage, his code was amateur, and he was 3 months behind on rent. He kept apologizing for everything, sweating through his shirt. I know it's not perfect, he said, but I really believe in this. My wife left me last year, took the kids. This is all I have left. I almost felt bad. Almost. Tell me about your background, I said. What makes you think you can run a tech company? He fumbled through his resume. Community college, a few dead-end jobs, no real experience. Then he said something that made my blood boil. I wasn't always the nicest guy in high school. I picked on this one kid pretty bad. Peter something. I actually think about him sometimes. Wonder what happened to him. Probably nothing good. He was such a loser. I leaned back in my chair. Peter what? Peter Hartwell. Weird kid. We called him Ghost because he was so pathetic and invisible. I pulled out my phone and transferred $50,000 to his business account right there. His eyes went wide. Really? You're investing? Not exactly, I said, standing up. I'm buying your company, the whole thing, for 50 grand. He was confused, but desperate enough to agree. We shook hands. There's just one thing, I said, pulling out my old high school yearbook that I'd brought in my briefcase. I flipped to my senior photo and slid it across the table. That's Peter Hartwell, and Peter Hartwell just bought your life. The color drained from his face completely. His hands started shaking. No way. But you look so different. 15 years of not being a loser will do that to you. I stood up and straightened my $3,000 suit. Your app is garbage, by the way. I'm shutting it down tomorrow. Consider it a $50,000 lesson in karma. He was still staring at the yearbook photo when I walked out. I heard he moved back in with his parents.